Welcome to the November edition of A Journey into Warped Space, where I give an update on the progress of the game and what I'm currently working on. Many quality of life fixes were worked on. These are usually done much later in development, but to make our testers' lives easier, I try to work on these sooner rather than later. Firstly, numerous keybinds were added. Then the ability to escape out of different menus and control panels with the escape key. And then easier interaction for lowering shields for the player to enter his ship were worked on. Audio and visual cues were added for the ship's different states, for example, shields low, shields down and hull critical. Updates to the jungle-themed points of interests were worked on. These include updated 3D models, ground textures, new types of plants, and dynamic event triggers. AI was updated, and they can now return to their previous task if appropriate and switch to different roles as required.
Operator, I've detected a sudden distress signal. Did you perhaps trigger something?
Ground cover scattering was added. This included some new plants with proximity-based damage and healing properties. A crafting system was added to the ship, allowing the player to craft using different materials and items that were collected. Some craftable items are storage containers, location beacons, and the repair and salvage tool. Tooltips with descriptions and requirements were added to the crafting system, making the system easier to navigate and use. Persistent item states were added, giving persistence to items and objects in the galaxy. If you collect materials, items and plants, the game now remembers. And if you have interacted with an object before, the game knows, resulting in a much more immersive experience. Interact mode was then added to the ship's cockpit, allowing you to interact with buttons and panels using the mouse while holding down the interact button, giving you a more immersive way to interact with your ship. A new concept character was added to play test new gameplay, which will add a form of bounty hunting to the game.
Back for another bounty? Eureka! An inorganic target is available. Destroy the target and receive one upgrade ship as payment. Ooh!
A ship signature system was added to the game. This system allows the player to lower his ship's radiant signature either by upgrading the ship with better components or by using your surroundings to mask the ship's signature, making it less detectable to hostiles. This system allows you to run, hide or escape from hostile ships if you choose not to fight or realize you are outnumbered or outgunned. If you go exploring on foot or EVA, it may be wise to find a place where you can hide your ship. A large asteroid or planetoid may lower your ship's radiant signature enough to be undetectable from long, medium, or even short range. This will also depend on the composition of asteroids and other objects you might find as cover. And lastly, other ships were also brought up to the current standard. That's all for this month. Remember to follow the project to stay up to date on progress. Till next time, when we meet again in warp space.
Multiple ships detected at medium range.